good? It's your girl, Chef Third Eye Zoe, here with you in Trive Vibe. Are you ready for some black culture, some love, and some laughs? Let's go. Hey, welcome back. Look at me. Episode 2, The State of the Black Union. Guns, Chef Third Eye. Welcome, and welcome back to Tribe Vibe. Always love to have you. Yeah, today is going to be some type of episode. We got a lot to talk about. First and foremost, I hope you've had an awesome week. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving if you celebrate that. Friendsgiving if you celebrate that. Some time off if you don't celebrate none of that. I respect all levels. You know what I'm saying? So shout out. And if anything else was going on in your life of importance other than the holidays, Black Friday, Black Friday, and Cyber Monday, you know what I'm saying, events, let me know. Put it in the comments or tell us what's coming up with you in your life. And I hope all is well with you. Health is wealth. Take care of yourself. I posted a detox drink this week on my social media. Definitely check that out. It will help you cleanse your system from Thanksgiving to Christmas if you're going to eat again, or just, detox. And it's best to do it for 5 to 7 days and do a fast. So you do, you eat before the sun comes up. You don't eat anything all day. You just drink the cleanse or the detox. And then when the sun goes down, you eat another meal. You're sure to lose some poundage. I'm not going to say 5 for you. You may lose more than 5. You may lose less than 5. If you add some exercise in there, I guarantee you'll lose a little more than 5, or definitely right at 5. But I'm not going to hold you with that. Definitely keep your health in check, because it is important. We can't do that. We can't be out here if we don't have good health, right? Hey, let me tell you. Don't we know it? Don't we know it? Between COVID and the flu, the shots that people got that thought that was the end all for COVID is not working, is not helping. I don't know. I hope you all just take care of yourself. If you feel you need a mask up, mask up. Nobody's judging. At least I'm not, and they shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? You got to do what you got to do for your health. And then if you need to take the shot, take the shot. I'm not a vaccinated person, and I've not caught COVID. I've not caught the flu, and I don't take either vaccine. And I haven't taken the flu vaccine in over 8 years. I've not taken any part of the COVID vaccine at all, and I definitely had some people around me had COVID, but I've never caught COVID at all, and I'm grateful. And again, I have my medicinal teas that are on the website, and definitely those help me. I also do my CBD, and we'll talk more about that in another episode, because, medicinal care is important, and I don't rely on pills, to take care of my health. I stick to a good organic as possible, and I definitely, take my medicinal teas, and I do my CBD, and I also, smoke and medicinally. So I do those things for my health, and I really appreciate the fact that I can grow in here in Vegas. And I also, create my own mixtures with all natural ingredients, from lavender to chamomile, to St. John's worts. It's whatever. You got to make sure that the closer you get to the root, not make sure, but this is a good rule of thumb when it comes to food. The closer to the root, the better. You're going in those grocery stores, there's on the shelf, it's been processed. It's not that spinach at once wasn't good, but once it's in the shelf and sitting on the shelf, it actually has been sprayed with some type of chemical to make the shelf life longer, which a chemical going into a natural source, which is your body, is always going to alter it, no matter, how you feel about it. So the more you eat those kind of things, then you know the rest. You got these health problems from diabetes to high blood pressure and stuff. That's why people get sicker modern day than even, 60 years ago, because the bottom line is that level of chemicals were not going into our foods, because scientists and whoever, else was doing research hadn't come to the point yet where they knew that by putting these chemicals in, it would preserve it longer, which doesn't work for food, because by nature, every food has a shelf life. It doesn't need a chemical you know, for it to live. It lives on its own. When you add those chemicals, it changes, you know, the DNA per se. So at the end of the day, make sure, you know, you have knowledge on what you eat. You're not just eating just to fulfill yourself, because that's gluttony. And at the end of the day, it's always going to come back one way, health or some other way, and bite you in the butt. So it's just, you know, make sure you care enough to take care of yourself, because you matter most, right? I say what? I don't know. I have one thing I want to say is I'm so overwhelmed. Thank you so much. It's like, again, a podcast, I know, is something that is a slow, you know what I'm saying, success. It's not something that's overnight. So all of this love and all of these inquiries and, you know, people listening and following and subscribing, thank you. You know, a little goes a long way, because I've just dipped in the pot and I got so much more to learn, to grow, to do, and things that I want to talk about, people that I want to have on my show. And of course, it's young, so it's going to take time for people to say, okay, yeah, I think I'm going to go sit down with her and we can have a conversation. But I promise you, it's worth the conversation. So community leaders, anybody out there who has a voice in reference to a topic that is relevant to the Black culture, let's sit down and have a conversation. You know, if you want your voice heard and you need a platform and you have some things to say that's going to benefit the people, you know, let's sit down and have a conversation. Please contact me at podcast@TriveVibeLLC.com and let's get it. Because at the end of the day, you know, your voice matters. And if you got good news for the people, they need to hear it. That's called the gospel, right? You know what I'm saying. Let's get this show on the road. You know how I start that shit. And if you subscribing, you see me. And if you see me, you better be sparking with me. If you're not sparking with me, you better be drinking something. Get you something in the glass. If it ain't alcohol, let it be some water. I don't care. It can be some medicinal tea. And as a matter of fact, I'm sitting here drinking on my tea right now, which is on the website. So if you're watching, you're seeing it. It's not no joke. I don't play about my health. I'm not going to tell you to do it and then don't do it. That's just called a hypocrite. You know what I'm saying? We got to take care of ourselves, and I got to do better too. And in the end, it's going to come an end at me smoking. I might be more eating stuff like edibles, but yeah, it's coming to that time for me. And that's just a personal choice for my personal health. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be a struggle, because I really smoke. And it's like, you know, of course, it's habit now, but it's like I smoke blunts, and that's just because the era I grew up in. I do bowls, I do, you know, that's, you know, here and there. I do joints, that's here and there. But blunts, that's my go-to. And I got to stop that, because that tobacco wrapper alone kill you, you know. And we take in deeper inhales as, you know, pot smokers, marijuana smokers, cannabis smokers. So therefore, smoke sits in our lungs longer with all the harmful chemicals from the tobacco, all that good stuff. So, you know, that's just some more knowledge. So if I got to be smart about it, I'm going to share that knowledge, because I want y'all to be smart about it. Because at the end of the day, health matters, right? Back to the same point. Okay, now, for real, let's go and do some. And, you know, when I be looking down sometimes, because the ones who not here can't see me, but the ones who see me, when I be looking down sometimes, of course, I'm looking at my notes. So, you know, we got to do some updates from the last program, though, because, like I said, we talked about some stuff. That was the first episode of the series, The State of the Black Union. You know, I hope I named that right, because it's definitely some things that we're going through right now that if we, and I guess that's what this whole, you know, series is about. The things that we're going through right now, if we really take heed to them, we can definitely change them and make a better tomorrow for our people. But we have to take heed and do better about these topics so that we can come together and know how to address them as a people. Right? Right. All right. So, running back with the updates, Shanquilla, baby girl, you know, rest in peace. Your family fighting like hell for you. Much love to them. Excuse me. Woo, that's the good stuff. And that's the good cough. Trust me. Your family is definitely fighting for you, and That's much love to them. And thank you all for even letting us be a part of the journey to try to help to make sure she rests in peace. Because, as a mother, I feel that hurt to the point, as a mother, but definitely not to the point you feel it. So, again, my condolences, my sympathies, the mom and the dad, because both of y'all right there fighting for your daughter. And I can't do nothing but respect that. And not even that, extended family, sisters, all of that stuff. So, I appreciate y'all for that, because some people, stuff happened to their folk, and I don't know if it's fear of the law, or if it's just lack of intelligence, don't know what they need to do and refuse to ask, or scared. But check on your people. When something happened to them, fight for them, because you the voice, you know what I'm saying? Be their advocate. I don't care if they're alive or dead, because at the end of the day, my favorite saying, at the end of the day, they're gonna need somebody to talk for them, because they're no longer able to speak, whether they're in the hospital on a ventilator, or they're deceased, or what I'm saying, they're being abused in some way. Whatever the case may be, learn to be an advocate for your people, because if you say you ride for somebody, ride the fuck till the wheels come off, because at the end of that day, they need you. And we all need that community sense, that community mindset, because if we don't have it, we're not going to get anywhere. And this is the purpose of my platform. This is the purpose of me getting my voice out there, is to understand that we are different in so many ways, and it's okay. But at the bottom line, at the end of it all, we're a people, and we should move as one sound, one voice. And you know what? Sometimes you have to shut up, take the back seat, me included. And sometimes you have to rise to the occasion and step the fuck up, because we need you. We need you. You know what I'm saying? We have so many intelligent people that don't even understand the level of their intelligence. So they sit back and they allow things to happen to them or around them, not knowing that they're the voice that can make the difference. Even if you have a story or something that happened to you, to explain it to the next person who you hear maybe going through the same thing, that help them go through it. And that can go from health to finances to, love, relationships, and all of that stuff. Stop, be more willing to tear somebody down than lift them up, and that's what we have to get over. We have to get over what was instilled in us during slavery, because it's a different thing on the other side. And that's why I always try to encourage Black Americans to take the trip on the other side. And of course, the same vice versa for Africans. But Black Americans, because a lot of stuff that was told to you constantly gave you some mental slavery that really doesn't have you on the right page at all. And there's these myths that both make it, both sides look bad, they just aren't true. And once we get to know each other, and that's on a one-on-one basis, not through the white man or through the Chinese man or through, what I'm saying, through direct connects, man. And that's why through slavery they did just that. They separated us because of the power of our voice and our movement. And that's the one thing we have to realize. If we don't get together, they got us. We're defeated. If we don't get to a point where we can hear each other and not always want to be right, or not always wanting, what I'm saying, but what is for us is right, and just sit back and allow those who can move to move. If you want to give finances to it, if you want to, what I'm saying, be the ones to take the materials or the service or whatever we need to make this thing happen, that's great. That's your part. You don't always have to be in front. You know what I'm saying? You can be in back or front, but we got to move together. That's how the wheels stay in motion. So, Shanquilla, the update I have in reference to that is there was an arrest warrant issued. There's one of two people I'm assuming that's going to be, Jackson or the other lady that hit her before. And let me see if I still have her information here on this quick tutorial thing so I can get to it right quick. But the other girl that fought with her and ultimately severed her spine, which I discussed in length, and you can go watch in the first episode, and therefore I don't have to go back, and you'll know exactly her name. So definitely check that episode out, because it's worth a listen as well. And it's on all of the platforms, and Anchor is based on Anchor on my website and Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube. So definitely check out those episodes, because I need you to let me know what's good and what's not good so I can make it better, right? I don't mind constructive criticism, right? If it definitely helps make it a better situation, I appreciate it. So they definitely have a person and the arrest warrant has been issued. Now, some people are like, well, they're not going what is it? They're not going to extradite her back to Mexico if the charges or the evidence isn't strong enough. And then some people are like, they've got the arrest warrant, so they're definitely going to at least bring her back over. But again, at the end of the day, she's going to, or whomever, I take that back because they really haven't been particular on who the person is yet. And I'm still trying to do my digging. So if I find out before my next podcast, check social media, I'll let you know. So in the sense of the fact that, they're going to at least arrest someone, they're definitely going to have to go back to Mexico. And if they do anything, the charges will be tried there unless, and that's again, unless any part of what they did to her was committed here. So like, let's say for instance, they stole her money there and then they came back and they made some purchases. Maybe the feds can give them some charges here as well. You know what I'm saying? So let's see what happens with that. But the person who goes back and has actually committed murder will be spending time in Mexican jail. So get ready, baby, and make sure you practice your Espanol. Because at this point, yeah, the whole community ain't fucking with you. Because what you did to a so-called friend, not only did you steal from her, you murdered her. You murdered her. And it was a plot. It was a sick plot to get money because your broke ass bitches couldn't get it yourself. And there that is. That's that update. Now, the next update I have on the things that were discussed on the last episode for the voting. Here come Donald. Donald then invited Kanye, Ye done brought over the most racist, nationalist. And the thing about it is not the fact that they talk about all this white, for me, it's not all about the fact that they talk about this white supremacists and all this stuff. But I don't know if you remember how that shit went down in UVA or Virginia when he was associated with running a whole person over and that woman died. Like, he came plowing down the street in a car. So he wasn't the person, but I think he was part of the plot, or he helped plan that situation. And then he straight out don't like black people. So I don't know what Ye is smoking this week, or, where his mental health is this week, or who he trying to piss off or manipulate this week. But that's the problem. It's not the fact that we don't care for you as a human being. It's the fact that we continue to show you grace and mercy, Ye, as a human being, and you continue to slap us in the face as a people. And sometimes as a people, you got to put people to put them and isolate them so they can understand and respect and appreciate what you have to offer them and the love that you're giving them. So Ye, I'm just saying this for myself, and I'm sure some people agree with me. If you don't cut this shit out, you're going to be somewhere sitting in the damn corner for real. Because that cancel shit, we trying to move away from that. But at the same time, bruh, 1 minute you on Revolt and you like, yeah, I'm about the people and all this stuff, because Revolt gave you an interview when nobody else would. Let's keep it a buck. And shout out to them. I love you guys, and I hope one day and aspire to get to that level of greatness. The way y'all interview and all of that stuff, I love you guys. This is a shout out. This is a real fan love shout out for real. The idea of the drinks, the blunts, keep them coming. Let people open up, have their conversation. I love that shit. So, because they say what? A drunk mind say a lot? Okay. So that was disrespect, because Nori them gave you a platform to tell the people, and then they showed you so much mad love and they expressed that to you. And you made it seem like, oh, yeah, we good. You still on this White Lives Matter shit. Now you running for president in 2024, and we supposed to be there to vote for you. Just like you was talking about the Democrats. Let me be clear. Just like you was talking about the Democrats just expect that we vote for them, I think you expect that we vote for you because you Ye. But I'm not damn voting for a motherfucker who can't get their shit together and be sitting down at tables with racist mugs who don't even like us. And I'm not just talking about the nationalists. I'm talking about Trump because he's a racist too, you know. And I'm tired of you making excuses because it doesn't make sense. Now, if you're trying to manipulate them, come to the back room, let us know so we can be like, okay, do your shit, bruh. But at this point, you know what I'm saying? If you look like you may be playing checkers, but then your ass may be playing chess. So I don't know. I'm trying to figure this shit out. You know, let's move around some with your people, cause that ain't it. That's not where it's at. And I'm just telling you that straight the fuck up. That's not where it's at. Move around.
You can't survive out here by yourself. The police ain't nothing but a gang. The National Guard is a gang. The Army is a gang. We learn all our gang from the government. You know what I'm saying? We learn all this good from the government. You know, somebody get a gun, the gov get a bigger gun. You know what I'm saying? How they gonna show us that thing we can't pick up? So I'm picking up, feel me? He did.
Getting into this week's topic, man, you heard the intro. You know what I'm saying? You know? And that's where it is. Now, that was my boy Tupac. You know what I'm saying? Always keeping it a buck. Now, what you feel he said was 100 or what you feel he said wasn't? It was damn sure 100 from my eyes, because it's the government in these damn guns. It's the white people in these damn guns. And it's really the white man in these guns. Those good old boys in these damn guns. I can't say it enough. In these damn guns. I own a gun. But guess what? I'm not even going to talk about I know how to protect myself and all this stuff, because I do. Okay, and I carry my weapon everywhere I go. But I know this. If it comes between me having a motherfucking gun and kids being shot up in the school, bruh, I'm giving it up today. Because at the end of the day, it's not about me having a gun. I know how to throw these fucking hands. You heard? It's about me making sure these kids get home to their fucking parents. These innocent people get home to their fucking families. It's not about me toting a motherfucking gun on my side knowing that I can shoot somebody down because I got some damn bullets. It's not about that. It's never been about that for me. But it is about that, about people who don't understand, one, that either you learn how to fight or shut the fuck up. Because that's the only reason why you want a weapon. You want to have a leg up on somebody else because you can't throw down, or you doing stuff that you know ain't right and you want to get away with it, like stealing, killing, thieving, all of that stuff. So you just sitting there want somebody to be intimidated by you or your actions, because that's what you're doing with the weapon, and again, you definitely don't know how to throw your hands. And too many times, I used to own a sneaker boutique in Charlotte, North Carolina. Shout out to Charlotte, the Queen City. Always love the people. Now, the government sucks there too, because they racist some. And that's where I'm going to leave it at for today. We'll have more topics later. But when I lived in Charlotte, I had the situation, where I have a store and this person came and they robbed my store. You know what I'm saying? And I had my weapon, but I wasn't there. So if somebody comes and they break into your store and you have your weapon, you shoot them, then guess what? You know what I'm saying? That's on them. But, well, actually, depending on where you shoot them. But at the same time, it's like this gun control is out of control. It just really is. It just really is. And that's what I need to focus on today and talk about. We're going to talk about the mass shootings. We're going to talk about, Tupac and Biggie, in the sense of them getting killed, and the fact that most people are getting caught up with assault rifles, modifying assault rifles, and, killing a bunch of people in a little bit of time. No matter how fast the cops can get there, because the Club Q, they got there in 4 minutes and people still passed. At least 4 people passed, so what can you do? And again, let's see here. You got the UVA issue that happened with the other mass shooting with the black males. You got Walmart, and then you got here, black on black crime with these guns, and you got, oh my gosh, let me put my glasses on so we can get into it. Y'all know me. And then gun laws, the judicial system and these guns, assault rifles versus all these guns, and protection. How do you protect yourself? So those are some of the things I want to talk about today, because we're getting to a point in the state of the Black Union. Either if we want this shit to change, especially what happened at Tops grocery store in Buffalo, New York, if we don't want that shit to ever happen again, we got to come with some realizations about how we as Black people play a part in this whole gun violence, gun control. So let's talk about it. First up, let's talk about Tupac and Biggie. Both of them were murdered with high-powered assault rifles, right? At close range. At close damn range. So that is what we call a black-on-black crime. Even though they say they don't know who murdered Tupac and Biggie, especially Tupac, we know by now who did it. And after watching recent documentaries and also connecting with some other people and, looking through some stuff and doing some further research, to me, and let me break it down, and I'm going to keep it simple. Tupac was owed money towards the end of his death by, Death Row Entertainment. He had been talking about this. He had been talking to Suge about getting his money. He had also started his record label, Machiavelli Records. And then he had fired David Kenner, Death Row Records lawyer. There were several people that told him directly and other people close to him that he would be dead in a week once he fired David Kenner. And exactly that is what happened. Tupac was dead in a week of the time from when he fired Suge Knight's lawyer. But here's the twist. And this is why it didn't make sense for Suge to be in the car and try to say that he was going to have Tupac murdered and be in the car to set it up. There was no way Suge could have been in that car without getting shot, which he did, get a graze on the head. So there was no way that somebody with a right mental state of mind would say, shoot me in a car and kill this mug, to, make it look like I had nothing to do with it. I don't see it. It just don't make sense. So what I do see is David Kenner not only had the means and opportunity, because he was also associated with a ex-police officer of the LAPD by the name of, I think it was Ronald White Jr. And he was his security detail. But Ronald used current LAPD cops to also be a part of the detail. And on the night of Tupac's death, he told the security detail, Mr. Alexander, not to have a weapon. And he told him because he wasn't supposed to have a weapon in the city lines of Las Vegas, which is a damn lie, and you protecting a major superstar. Right now, Tupac has got the #1 album in the world. Madonna, everybody, just Tupac. He's the shit right now. And you not trying to protect him with nothing? Not no knife, not no nothing. Just no nunchucks, no damn nothing. You just got this man out here butt naked. Then his entourage didn't have no weapons. So all of y'all just out here looking crazy. Then Kenner, again, had that opportunity to get them to not have weapons, to set up, because then Suge Knight, if y'all remember, went to prison over the whole scuffle at the at the MGM, where Tupac them had that fight before then he was shot. And they thought that Orlando, which probably was paid to kill Tupac, but he wasn't the one that set the play in motion. David Kenner was. And that's based on my opinion and based on my research. And I'm going to leave it at that. But because of the fact that it was so easy to have access to weapons, and the same crews, the Bloods and the Crips, Biggie and Tupac, got caught up in that shit, you know what I'm saying, and lost their lives innocently in gunplay because other people were greedy. But they had access to these weapons, and they could just do whatever they wanted to do. And they ain't had to have no license. And ain't nobody on the street got no fucking license, and they had no weapon. You know what I'm saying? They just out there making sure they protect themselves. And that's why I said protection's got to be a part of the conversation. So, you out here trying to protect yourself, but you not legal to carry, or you out here not legal to carry and you just out here thugging it. You know what I'm saying? But yes, Tupac and Biggie lost their lives to gun violence, and that was black on black. So I need to understand from the people, how do we, come around that? How do we say that these other people need to get themselves together with the guns when we killing each other? You know what I'm saying? And we doing it on purpose sometimes. The gang stuff, that is out of control in the sense of we're not going to go tell a gang member you ain't going to have no weapon out on these streets. So what is the give and take? What can we do as a community to make these brothers feel protected so that they don't need weapons? Because there was a time shortly early on in gang life, probably back in the 50s or 60s, because gang shit been going on for a long time, and even probably longer than that, because I've watched a couple of documentaries in not only here in America but across the world, from Hell's Angels to the Outlaws. They're gangs and they're connected. They got their little chapters and stuff going on. And what's funny about the gang shit and how real it is, my experience, one time I went to a sneaker conference, SneakerCon. If you ever heard of it, shout them out, say hello, tell them Chef Third Eye Zoe said what's up. Because I definitely used to do SneakerCon. We was doing SneakerCon New York. We was living up in Queens at the hotel. And guess who had the hotel booked and shut down? It was us and them, the fucking Outlaws. Man, listen. So I know the good side and the bad side of that, bike activity, because some of them are definitely racist. And they're supposedly racist, but they were not racist to me. We had a good time. They ain't talk no craziness. Ain't nobody starting no shit. There was some tense moments in the parking lot when the motherfucker thought they was going to park where I was going to park, but I was finna park, and that was that. And, we kept it moving, and it was that. But at the same time, just being in there in the hotel with them and seeing, it was like this brotherhood kind of camaraderie. And, they was just, I think it was kind of like their vacation time kind of conference. So they were kind of chill. They weren't trying to fuck up nobody, or they weren't trying to come up with no plots against no situations. So I guess that was a chill period, and they was just chilling. So up there, man, it was a cool little situation. I ain't even gonna lie. But yeah, those gangs, they got guns. And then we talked about white gangs. I done mentioned 4 gangs, 2 white, 2 blacks. And all of the mugs got guns. But us, with this black on black crime, we got to figure out a way. We cannot be a part of the problem. We got to stop killing each other, and we got to start finding solutions, man. Use your damn mouth. If a person ain't ready to damn talk about something, let them be. They'll come to you. Just let them know, man, you done damn, we got to stop this right here until we can have a conversation about what's really going on. Because people have to understand, when you don't address situations and people want you to, come to them, people come to you with something and you kind of don't address it or dismiss it, they don't feel validated. So if somebody doesn't feel validated when they come to you with anything, they're either going to not deal with you, or it's always going to be that conflict until it's resolved that they are validated in your eyes. So just keep that in mind when dealing with people. And then it doesn't come to a gun. It really doesn't. I honestly, a weak ass person has a gun. You know what I'm saying? And uses, not a weak ass person has a gun in general, but a weak ass person has a gun and uses it, to threaten people or, intimidate people and stuff like that. A gun, in my eyes, is simply for protection. And I mean, if your life is at the point where you absolutely can't do nothing else, and I've never been in that situation. I've had my weapon over 16 years, and I've never been in a situation where I needed to use my weapon. I've gone to the gun range, I've practiced, I've been in the military, I'm a sharpshooter on paper, but I've never had a situation that I could not talk through or walk the fuck away from, and it resulted in me using my weapon. And I thank God for that, as well as I thank my sense of peace and understanding when to let shit go. And I hope that's a word to somebody else, because we need to learn how to let shit go and not get to the point. Because when anybody can have you in a place where you thinking about them all the time, you want to do something to them, you have that vengeful mindset, they own you. They absolutely own you. And if you want somebody to have that kind of power over you, then go ahead, because you're going to think about them. And I don't know if you're the type of person that does have a vengeful heart and you plotting on them. That's all you're going to be thinking about. It's going to wear you out until you can do whatever you feel you need to do to this person. So you're not even living your life no more. You're not even doing the things that you like to do, because you're consuming yourself with trying to damn get back at somebody. Let that shit go. Let that shit go, bro. Because I'm telling you, and I've seen it, I'm a living testimony. God's goddamn get back, baby. And the thing is, a lot of times we're not watching these people's day-to-day life, so we don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So we're like, oh my gosh, no, God is dealing with their asses, because if in a situation, you didn't mean nobody no harm, and you did definitely not try to, hurt nobody's feelings or anything, and you try to work it out, and they doing whatever, try to get back at you, God is working with them, baby. Don't worry about them. God, worry about them. I have seen it. And I know one thing. I am grateful that I don't have vengeance in my heart, because I live a good life. You hear me? I live a very content and happy life, and knowing that I have a peace of mind. That's all I need. I have a peace of mind. Everything else will come. It will come from a positive standpoint, because the energy that I will radiate will not make them want to come at me with that negativity. And that's the thing. Like, I don't do drama, and I don't do the back and forth, and I don't do, trying to go after somebody. No, I'll say what I have to say and let you know where I'm coming from, and I'm good. If you accept it, fine. If you don't, fine. And I have to be okay with that. That's what you call adulting 1 Come see me on that shit. For real. Because we got to stop forcing people to want to do what we want to do. And I had to learn that too. I don't like people being mad at me, and I just want to resolve it. I just want to, find a resolution so we can move forward. So I absolutely try to tend to rush stuff sometimes, but I've learned over time, don't reach out to people when they really got the words to say and they ready to, say what they feel. They'll let you know. Trust me. All right there. Yeah, man. Us as a people, we got to get it together. We got to do better. Stop this black on black crime. There's no excuse for it. If you can go talk to other people, you can go talk to your bro. And all of that hype shit up. Y'all got to stop going to try to talk to people around a group of people. Because that's what also, it's that gang mentality. It's that mob mentality. I did that research when I was a psychology major at Lynchburg College. It's that mob mentality. What happens when people get in a mob, they don't have a mind of their own. They tend to go with what the mob thinks. And there was, research done. There was a Puerto Rican parade in New York some years ago, and some women got raped in the crowd, which that was a mob mentality. Some of the men were interviewed. They was like, they never ever even thought about raping a woman and had rape charges or had assault charges for touching that girl because she had some, little bit of clothes on. But that's what she chose to wear. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck. If you walking out here butt naked, nobody has the right to touch you. Not a motherfucking soul. You know what I'm saying? We might talk about your ass, but we ain't got the right to touch you. So yeah, that mob mentality a lot of times get us in a place where we can't have those one-on-one conversations. We don't know, what to say. Somebody be boosting us like, yeah, man, hit them. Next thing we know, we in a whole situation. Then kill somebody, then damn slap somebody, you know what I'm saying? Or we got hurt ourselves in a situation because somebody done built us up to a place we wasn't even trying to be. Then after the fact, regrets, jail time, or whatever the hell comes after that, including death. So, yeah, you got to pick your battles. And it ain't to go pick up no gun, to go be trying to be beefing with your brother, because you turn that B word into some building and leave that beef on the streets. You know what I'm saying? And y'all got to learn that. Y'all got to learn how to talk to each other and stop all of this, I'm a man, or, You know, you going to respect me to the point you want to kill somebody? Somebody take something from you? You know something? One of the best lessons for somebody to learn who's done something to you is to show them grace. Because it fucks with their mind so damn much. And here comes another story. When I ran my sneaker boutique, one morning I was working on a custom sneaker because I used to do custom work. So one morning I was working there early in the morning. Of course, I had my gun there, and I'm doing my thing, and the door was open. So this homeless guy who I definitely have seen in the neighborhood before, he comes in, and I don't know if you've ever seen a man that's desperate, the look that he's had on his face, but it is definitely a distinct look. And if you know how to recognize that look, there's ways that you can save yourself from many situations. In this situation, this man was a desperate man, and he was looking to either hurt me, to steal from me, or he had some negative intentions. Let's just say that. So I saw it in his spirit, but my spirit told me to give that positive vibe. So the first thing I noticed when he came in the door, he didn't have any shoes on. I was like, wait a minute, bro, I'll be right back. You know, let me get you something right quick. First, I was like, what size you wear? And he told me what size he wore. So I always have this box that if people come and donate shoes, I have shoes. I just put it in there, and you can come and get them for free. That's what I do. So I went into the box, found his size, just handed him the shoes. And I was like, would these work for you? Because I see you don't have on those shoes. You know, when I tell you, you can see like the tears in that man's eyes. And I'm telling you, like, we don't know this man to have like civil conversations with people. Either he's really like on the edge, or he's really like quiet and calm. That was morning, he was like kind of quiet to himself, but his face was really looking like he was distressed. So when I tell you I gave that man those shoes, he put them shoes on his feet. He walked out my motherfucking shop. He never in his life ever bothered me again. Not that he spoke, because, you know, like I said, mentally he wasn't all the way there. But from that day forth, I knew that it was something in me that resonated in him. And it was that sister and brotherhood in that moment that said, this is not the sister that you're going to take from. This is not the sister that's trying to do you bad. Whatever it was, God made that motion happen. And I'm so blessed, because that man could have taken my life. I could have taken his life. But I didn't think to say, hey, let me get my gun and let me pull this shit on this mug and see what the fuck he gonna do and see. No, you come in peace. You can leave in peace. You got to know how to approach every situation. You know what I'm saying? So I'm grateful that God has given me the discernment to know when to be able to talk to my brothers and sisters. And I don't always have it. And I still am a work in progress. And I still definitely would love to get some more ideas about meditation, even yoga, anything to ease my mind. Send it to me. I would greatly appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, a calm mind, body, and soul can actually produce, can think, you know, and that's the vibe that can be received in the community to be spread. So thank you for truly, in that moment, showing me a different way, God, you know, with dealing with that situation and getting me through it. And even if you're not spiritual, just, you know, I know in the moment that somebody was able to come home. 2 people was able to come home, and nobody had to die. And I had my gun sitting right there. So you don't always have to go to your weapon at all. And I'm living testimony. And that's not the only testy situation I've been in. We definitely going to talk about more shit. I got the podcast. So trust me. Come in peace. Come in peace. Observe people. You know, meet people where they're at. Don't try to, you know, go there or come there. Meet people where they're at. Because some people not trying to, you know, some people may just talk harshly. You just got to see where they're at. It's context, content, and approach. I'm praying for us to do better with that, please. And, you know, definitely, I don't know, getting into this mass shooting topic, it really blew my mind. it really blew my mind. This year has the highest number of mass shootings we've ever had in the history of this country. That's alarming. Kids have been killed. Elderly have been killed. But can you absolutely believe that somebody plotted against black people in Buffalo, New York at the Tops grocery store? And I mean calculated. This man put a camera on his headset or his helmet and filmed live him going into this grocery store, which he had been watching for months and months and months. And he made sure this was a place where it had a high percentage of black people coming on a daily basis. He checked out the security to see where they would be, how they moved. Then he modified the already assault rifle to shoot more rounds more rapidly, put the bulletproof vest on, went through the parking lot, went into the store, and shot 10 innocent people to death. One person lived, and he's badly hurt. So, this man goes into court, and he pleads guilty. But here's the caveat. Before he went into jail and got caught on that day, he had written a manifesto. And he had said in there exactly what he would do and how it would happen, how he would do it live, and then he would have this manifesto written so people can have it to carry on for years and decades or whatever. So he sees himself as a savior or somebody to show people how to be fucking white supremacists and attack black people and to go target black people and to innocently kill them with these high-powered assault rifles. And then he was able to make it to the jail, no bullets, none. He was able to make it from the store to a whole nother town where he had planned to go shoot some more people before they caught him. Let's be clear on that. And then he's in the courtroom all cleaned the fuck up, looking like a little boy. And when you're making manly decisions, killing manly people, killing humans, adults, children, you don't give a fuck. You just killing people. You know, and then you apologize to the white man because you shot him because he was white. So you're definitely doing it from a racist perspective. And then you say this in court like it's, you know, whatever. And I don't believe in the death penalty, people. Let me tell you this, but this shit changed my whole entire heart. Because in the process or after that, you know, the hearing, because the hearing was for him to plead, which he pled not guilty to all charges, which gave him life in prison. But the feds are holding on some charges, which some of those charges can be death. So this mug then took the easy road because now he's in prison for life and he can live and he can write his manifesto like Dahmer and get a whole following and people can be paying him to write books and all this other stuff. So he can be living and sharing this poison to the world and getting paid for it. Can you imagine eating off of our money, our black people money? The motherfucker who don't like us, he want to eat off of our money in the prison every fucking day, 3 meals a fucking day, and then not die, no, you know, because I'm like, well, if they there, then, you know, just that suffering and stuff. But I don't want to give you a fucking dime because you plotted against our people just because you knew you could. And then the judicial system so fucked up, from the cops to the damn judge. They sitting here patting him on the head. Why is a black man getting killed when he's innocent and showing his damn hands up on a traffic stop? But a motherfucker who just killed 10 people, you heard, walking up, no bullets, and a bulletproof vest on. Not a bullet in him. And then able to go and say, I want to plead guilty to all charges because then I'm going to be life in prison and I can do my Dahmer shit. Because that's what the fuck it is. Because that's what the fuck Dahmer did. But they killed his ass. They killed his ass, but the time he was living in it, and thank goodness those those families got attorneys, and that's what y'all need to do. If they let that motherfucker live, which it looks like they will, if they let that and I'm praying for y'all that they don't, and like I said, I don't do the death penalty, but when you do something like this, that is a clear sign you don't care, and you'll do it again given the chance, because you planned it and you applied it, and you wrote it down. Come on now, pimpin'. Y'all better go get y'all the best attorney possible, and every motherfucking nickel a dime, penty too, that come through that damn commissary or come through that jail cell or through his bank account, through his mama bank account, his daddy bank account, his grandma bank account. Get it till the day he motherfucking die. He young. He a little boy. So y'all got two options. Don't stress that shit, yo. We with y'all on this one. And I hear y'all, because that frustration is real. We tired of our people being killed, male and female, trying to be detained by the police officers or ask questions innocently. You know what I'm saying? Driving while black. That shit's hurtful. And we losing people. It's not like they can come back. You know, daughters losing fathers, mothers losing sons, sisters losing. Come on now. Why would you do that to people? Why is it okay? Why is it okay when you see us being stopped by police and you see them threatening us to say something out the way, you don't say nothing? Why is that okay? But then we can go run across and go protect you in the Army, Navy, Marines, or whatever. We can go and serve you in your houses, but you won't speak up for us. Why is that okay? We bleed the same motherfucking blood. And that's the shit I don't understand. People who stand by and watch people get hurt or killed or maimed or treated unfairly and turn a blind eye. It's not the ones who tell us they're racist. They showing their face. They showing their face. I respect that. It's the ones that turn a blind eye and act like it ain't my problem. I ain't got to worry about it. Let that shit be. Y'all killing us, yo. And you don't even care. And you killing us because you want the stuff that we have while you trying to make it seem like we don't have shit. You killing us because you think we're a threat to you. And we're not that type of people. We don't have those demonic thoughts about the world to say that a black man is a thug just because he has locks and he's tall or he's dark or he's very bulky and buck. I mean, not buck. Don't let me use that word because that's a whole nother topic, you know, but just a buff, young, striking king. You get mad. You get intimidated. You should want us on your team. Why would you want somebody against you when we can come together and be something? That's the shit I don't understand. I'm not trying to be like, oh, I don't like these, let's kill them. No. I want to see what we can do to damn make this shit better for everybody so everybody can eat. That's the damn community mindset I got. I'm not trying to take from you. Even if we deserve reparations, we do. We do. Stop acting like we damn making this shit up and it was generations before. It would be that way, and that excuse would have written on and on and on if we hadn't done our research to put it together to know that because of us and our hard work or, you know, land stolen, you wouldn't have the riches you have today. And you're not willing to share that shit. So either you give it back to us in a payment lump sum or we share it together. Like, make it make sense. You can't kill us, steal from us, then continue to just be on our fucking necks for as long as we exist. That's slavery. The shit ain't over. Y'all just went from sheets to suits. Like, for real, make this shit make sense. We just want to eat like you want to eat. We want our kids to have great experiences. We don't want to have to tell them how to conduct themselves with police officers, with fucking damn Karens and Kens and Barbies and goddamn Transformers and shit. Whatever the fuck. It's not fair to us. No one wants to, from birth, to want to feel like they are a threat. Like people don't like them every time they go somewhere. And then when we get stuff, when we truly earn stuff, you find a way to try to take it from us. Why? Why can't it be that we can have nice things and you be okay with that? Why is it still a threat to you, especially when we worked hard for it? You got to really question yourself on that shit. That's a level of selfishness and psychopathness that we don't have. because we don't think like that. We've never done that to you. And it's not just to us. This is the mentality you have with everyone. White people, you do it to the damn Chinese. You do it to the Hispanics. You do it to the Indians. And if it's not the white, it's the British. It's the British. Right now to fucking day, the British are refusing to send back artifacts to countries like Benin and other parts of Africa that they stole from us. Even the queen was buried with the crown and the scepter from South fucking Africa, yo. So I'm saying this to say, at what point is your greed enough that you let us live in fucking peace, let our children play, learn, and feel like they have pride for where they came from, because the history is so rich, you want to hide it, you want to scramble it up, you want to make us feel like what we talk about don't make sense. Talk about the Jewish people. You got the white Jews telling the black Jews that they got to come and go through a whole ceremony to be real Jews because they need to be baptized and all this other stuff. No, that was their original, whatever original, things that were destined for them to deem themselves Jews. You're not going to be the ones to come in and tell them they not Jews unless they do this. And that's something a lot of people don't know and understand about the black Jewish community and the white European, the other Jewish community. They treat these black Jewish people like this. And then you sit up there and talk about, don't talk about Jewish, don't talk about, you mean don't talk about the white European Jews, white European Jewish people, because I feel like Jews is an insult, so I'm not going to say that, and I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. The white Jewish people and the European Jewish people are the epitome of, is this the same thing like the Bible, how Jesus went from wool hair or whatever, and then all of a sudden he white? Stop playing with us. Stop doing that to people. Stop lying about history to make yourself look good, because we do learn and we do go and we do our own research. Because archaeologists, and let me be clear on this, are people put in place to lie about history and to manipulate history to make it seem like this is what it is. Because if you go right now and you look up Serpent Mount that's located in the Northwest, in the Northeast or Midwest, I believe, Ohio, look up Serpent Mount, because we're going to talk about this more in depth when we talk about prehistoric history, which is coming in another series. Look up Serpent Mount. Serpent Mount is older in documented history than any history that the white man has. How was that in existence? How is the detail of the building? Somebody had to build that structure. And what it is it's a huge hill that literally looks like a snake. But that's not it. It don't just look like a snake. It actually has been lined up with the stars, with the constellations. And it was built as a warning to future generations in reference to what was yet to come. And go look up Serpent Mount, because we're going to have a whole show on, that type of stuff, prehistoric stuff, why we've been around before the white man telling us we was around. I think that is what I'm going to call it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Let's get back to, because I done went on a tangent. I was talking about Peyton Grindon, who was the top shooter, who got, who literally got slapped on the hand, and we swore, got some major time because he got life. So we got to decide if we want to pay for this. And now, one good thing is that the case is going to be in Buffalo. It's not going to be, a predominantly white jury or whatever when they do the trial. But at the same time, the feds have to hit them with the charges and go from there to see what else is going to be done, if any of those charges will apply, and he will get life, So I'm praying with y'all. I felt your pain yesterday because Ben Crump had a whole live interview on IG after that with the media, and the family spoke individually that chose to speak in reference to what happened to their family members, where they are now, and how they view the guy's testimony. And, it was definitely some good things to just sit down and listen to. And I appreciate you guys giving us that feedback. Again, I'm a voice. If you guys want to have a platform to talk about anything in reference to what happened with the gun control, with your family members, just talk about them, tell us some good stuff about them, free to come on. Please join Tribe Vibe and let's catch a vibe and really, what I'm saying, bring some peace and motivation to the situation because we need it. House of Representatives even passed a law within this last year as far as assault weapons. But two things got to happen. The Senate has to pass something to make it even more, truly something that, this, but they got to follow through. And then they actually have to, enforce the law because at this point it's not being enforced. It's just on the books. So, yeah. And then we had the shooting, talking about black on black crime. We had that shooting in UVA where the one black male shot those other and made his, I didn't mention them particularly. I said in the last episode, anybody else who suffered, mass shooting victims, put them in the whole, what was it? My whole moment of silence. So I apologize for that because every last one of them who lost their lives definitely deserved a part of that, and I should have mentioned them verbally, I felt like, and I didn't. So to all the family, of course, the parents, friends, and the school, my prayers go out to you, my sympathies, because the way those young men lost their lives and then the other innocent people around, I know it was a lot of fear, especially making sure that you had actually caught that young man. And the thing is, let's talk about that when I said young man, because Ben Crump made a good point yesterday. He called Peyton, what's his last name? Let me get it right. Peyton Greedon, a demonic thug, and rightfully so, And the point he was making was that when black men commit crimes, especially something that has to do with weapons or whatever, we were called thugs and all kinds of like degrading names. Even an innocent young male, God rest his soul, Trayvon Martin, they turned him into a thug and he was the victim. So turning, and even what, what's my girl name who passed away in Texas? Dang, why is her name on the tip of my tongue and I can't say it? Sheesh, I can't say it right now, but dang, she got hung in the prison. It's been some years back, but they took her through some stuff too. But yeah, I definitely say that we need to do better. It's just not right how our people are getting treated in the system, and and we can't do shit about it. You have them being portrayed as good and clean. You cleaned this boy up, took him to court. As far as Grindon is concerned, who just did the top shooting at the grocery store, he gets cleaned up. Somebody paid for his bail, and it probably wasn't even his family, couldn't afford it. He probably had sometimes whatever supremacy group, because that's what they do when they commit these crimes. Then people already got their back. He had the live going on, so they probably donated to get him out because they so racist. So he gets out, he get cleaned up, come to court looking all nice and stuff. You got the black boy go to jail. They don't even get to get bail because who can afford it? You already got us in neighborhoods because you don't want us to have our land. You didn't kick us out of there, so you want us to put us in certain parts of town that are either killing us because it's industry going around, or not giving us the resources that we need and giving them all to the other side of town. All kinds of crazy shit. But then you want us to pay higher costs or pay costs that we can't afford just to get out of jail. They recently changed that. I don't know how that's working out. I definitely got to check into that. But then we go to court and, who's going to be there to represent us? Because everybody's working. We trying to, everybody's supporting this person come to court, then written the letters for the white boy and all this other stuff. So it's not even fair how we go into the judicial system to be able to represent ourselves. It's not even fair how we're treated on the way to jail. This guy, literally, his family just got a settlement for, I think, $100 million, which is not enough. It's fucking not enough. It's fucking not enough. This family just got 100 million because this guy was thrown into the back of a fucking van. I think it was up in New Hampshire. Thrown in the back of a fucking, or no, New Connecticut or Connecticut something. If I look at it, I'll put the link down in the description stuff. But this man, and they have the video. They slung this man in the back of the van. They didn't tie him, secure him at all, and left him there. Pulled him out, and he's begging that he's not feeling good, he's hurting. Never took him to the hospital, threw him in a cell. This man was paralyzed from the chest down for the rest of his life after that incident. And 100 million is not enough. I can't say that enough. You got to stop trying to damn lowball us because, again, you don't feel we deserve what you deserve because there's a white person come through there and they done broke their neck. We've been hearing about it all day on the fucking news. First of all, the coverage, just like the black girl who got raped by the dude who didn't kill the white lady, but then they did her shit so quick with the rape kit and all that stuff, and the black lady went, I think, over a year before she got her stuff back about the rape kit. It was the same dude, and if they had caught the black lady's rape situation first, that white lady would have never been killed because the black man would have been in jail. So, boom. See how that goes? Yeah. You got to start giving us a fair chance because then you end up fucking yourself up trying to keep fucking us over. So again, when are we going to be allowed to just live and just be? Leave us the fuck alone. Like, let us make our mistakes. We don't have to be thugs. You know what I'm saying? Because, what's his name? The kid that came across state lines, Kyle Rittenhauer, whatever the fuck his last name was. Another one of them demon thugs. And then end up killing 2 white boys, you know, and it still ain't right. It still ain't right. And my heart goes out to their families. You know what I'm saying? It's not fucking right. And this color doesn't make a difference in that situation. The point I'm trying to make is you sit up here allowing this kid who was not licensed to have a weapon. And then the charges that he got in the end and how he got off on that shit. That's that white people, white supremacy, justice shit. The judges, Donald Trump promotes them in power now. So guess what we dealing with in the justice system? A whole lot of motherfucking white supremacy. Because guess what he just did? He showed us who he was. He just broke bread with Ye and this fucking nationalist. If I can't damn say this boy's name before the end of this thing, let me look his damn name up right quick. Because I don't know why I can't think of it in a moment. I'm thinking of everything else, and everything else is coming to me. No, I'm just stopping. Hold up. Let me see. What's this boy's name? And it was on my tongue earlier. I swear to God, y'all. I was just talking about this boy. And then now I can't think of his name. I bet you he comes up. What's his name? Apologize with the white net. They just keep calling him a white nationalist. That shit's Nick Fuentes. Is he white? Fuentes is a Hispanic name. So I'm going to have to do a little research on that because that would be real hypocritical. But we ain't going to talk about that right now. But Nick Fuentes, white nationalist. Let's break down what the white nationalist means. It means that you want nationwide everything to be about your white people. That's pretty much what it means. Everything we eat, everything we do, they're superior and nobody else come before them. Damn near slavery again. So yeah, Nick Fuentes, the white nationalist, was invited by Ye. Donald never kicked him out. Donald said, I like that guy. He gets me. He gets me. What the fuck does that mean? If you're not a white national, how the fuck y'all got so much in common? If y'all didn't know, if you subscribe, you'll see that I had taken a pause to just look at the fucking damn phone, or I'm sorry about the camera, and just look at, like, I wish I could slap your stupid ass. Stop playing with us. And this mug is a racist. But I've been saying this, you know. I've been saying this. And the thing is that people, especially Republicans, they know this. But like with everything else, they try to sweep shit under the rug that don't apply to them because at the end of the day, they're about making money. And they thought that Donald could make them some money and make them some, you know, get them some more popularity. That's because really Donald came in there for the popularity initially. And then they thought he could get money and get, you know, shit passed and stuff, and then he just showed his true white ass, and that he had really lied about everything, including his motherfucking intelligence. And y'all just sitting over here trusting a fucking dummy, period. Because he was never my president, okay? Obama than Biden. I don't even count that shit. I don't care. I don't care what nobody's. I don't even count that shit. For real. For real. And I'm going to say this, and I can't say this enough. When you know what it is about the presidency election and how it works, the current person that's in the House, actually, whatever they're doing is not what, is fucking us up. It's what the person prior to us, because things take time to happen. So inflation, the gas, all this other stuff that's fluctuating right now is definitely because of Trump and not Biden. But what is because of Biden? He doing a little too much with certain things, and it ain't making sense. Between his son, between the damn the railroad situation that's going on right now. He's supposed to be for the union, and he finna either force the union to settle with the railroads, or Congress gonna come in. This week is supposed to happen. Congress gonna come in and do whatever they gonna do and enforce whatever they gonna enforce about. Because what the issue and why they're going on strike is that they want paid leave, and they're not giving them paid leave. And my thing is this: the level of greed and the fact that y'all making so much money in the railroads. Because I got a story to tell. It was one time I was going to work for the railroads. I'm not going to tell you which one because it doesn't matter. I never ended up working for them, but they definitely treated me well in the interview process, and I appreciated it. But I just decided that wasn't for me. It was a lot of traveling involved, and at that time I had kids that were definitely in private school, and I wanted to be committed to taking care of my kids. So a mother's choice, and that's all it was. So they make a lot of money. They got great benefits. I don't understand why they wouldn't, and what the problem is. Give that union people their doggone paid leave and keep it moving, because this shit is bigger than anything that could be shut down. Fuck the banking system fucking up. If the railroad system gets fucked up, your water gonna be fucked up. I mean, like, you won't be getting nothing. It's a lot of shit. It's gas, even to heat your house for something like essential shits will get fucked up because they won't be able to receive the parts or whatever, because the railroad system was one of the first transportation systems built, because before that it was like the horses and stuff, horse and carriage type shit. The railroads, most of the slaves that thought they was free, or indentured servants as they called them, from Asians to blacks, we built the railroads. So the railroads came into play, and they were able to take a lot of things, heavy or light, a lot of places quickly. Then there was airplanes, so was blah 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 as far as for domestic travel, So yeah, that's a little history on transportation, just in case you didn't know it. But at the end of the day, the railroads, if they go under, if they go on strike, it's not gonna be good for us people. So let's pray that they get their shit together so we don't suffer, at the end of the day. And then the shooting that happened at Walmart, as far as being a mass shooting, there was really no way that no one could detect that, because this mug had written a death note, and they didn't find the note until they checked in his phone. And he was pissed because people bullied him. I'm not making no excuse for no fucking murderer who do that shit to people. But guns in the workplace, just you just can bring it to work. Y'all got security, y'all just checking everybody else out, but you can bring a gun to work. And it's happened at FedEx, it's happened at, what I'm saying? So companies, and now this should be law as far as like part of corporate law. If you have a certain number of employees, or whatever, it should be something that you have to have a way to protect your employees. You have to have the security on site, because you in a damn company meeting and you shoot everybody. What can y'all do? Y'all come into the company meeting because y'all supposed to come to the company meeting. You ain't expecting to get shot. God forbid, lose your life. Rest in peace to everybody that lost their life. That was definitely sad. And then now there's no justice because this dumbass, he killed himself. Guns, mass shootings. And that wasn't a high-powered assault rifle. So again, we're going to talk in a few minutes about assault rifles versus all guns. Like, why are we banning just assault rifles? And Tupac's situation. Oh yeah, it was semi-assault. And it's both, yeah. So all those assault rifles being used to commit mass shootings and kill innocent people. But we don't want them off the streets because what? Because motherfuckers scared to throw these damn bow, bow, bow. You know what I'm doing on camera. Let me stop fucking with y'all. But nah, man, we got to do better. Assault rifles versus guns, bruh. Let me tell you something. Whew, I'm getting a Charlie horse over here. Let me stretch this leg. Shit. Okay. You know, I'm going to stretch it out. Whew. That Charlie horse wasn't no joke. But it doesn't matter if it's an assault rifle or just another type of weapon, automatic or manual. It's still gonna kill you if you shot in the wrong place. And you're trying to make it seem like this is the one thing we need to take out of the scenario, but we can keep this. Canada, within 24 hours from the shootings with the kids at the school, the prime minister, he did away with guns. In most European countries, guns are illegal. They kniving people over there in the UK. For real. You know? So, and you got to get closer to a person to actually, stab them like that. So you kind of got more time to kind of get away from somebody scoping you out and using a high power weapon from several distances away if you have the right goddamn equipment. And then you just gone. So I really, really want you guys to understand that if we're going to do anything with the guns, we need to cut them all out completely, and we need to find other ways to protect ourselves. Because regardless of whatever level we choose to have guns in, it's going to get out of hand. Because there's people now who are not supposed to have guns, from felons. And let's talk about the law and felons. I don't believe in that shit because it's fucked up. I believe that every man, if you're going to say that people can have guns, every person should be able to have a gun that is mentally sound, and knows how to properly use it. Those are my two things about having a weapon. You got people out here, kids even. I talk about people, kids, to access, by mistake or just because, carrying around weapons, killing people. Whether they're in gangs or homeless and just out there on the streets or whatever the case may be. They got a home and they just doing dumb shit. They got these guns. And ain't licensed. And ain't nobody know they got them. Then you got the people now, shit, you can print a gun. Fuck a damn, actual physical product. You can print a damn gun and go kill somebody. Or you can have one that's disassembled and put it together, kill somebody, and then break it down, and then there's no murder weapon. So I need you to really think about that when I say, is it that we need to get rid of assault rifles, or do we just need to get rid of guns? And if we need to get rid of guns, then what's the caveat? What is going to be the solution that moves us forward, that makes sense? So that people feel protected. At the same time, people aren't dying at the rate that in 2022, when we have so much knowledge and we have so much access to information and other resources, that this is the highest year that people have died from mass shootings ever in history, ever in written history. That you got black men sitting in jail because they was selling weed or doing some other shit, and they can't have a weapon. And there's a lot of black men, of course it's white people, but it's mostly black men sitting in jail, get out of jail, get that felon charge, and they can't own a gun, just like they can't vote. It's systematic oppression. We already know what it is. It's so many ways that we live it as black people. But to take away a man's ability to protect themselves and to wonder why they gonna find a way to do it anyway, it makes no sense, and it's really fucked up. Because once again, you want to have that step up above everybody else. You want somebody to look up at you instead of looking at you. And that's not, you got to get that out of your head, because you're not superior to nobody. Nobody. Not a soul on this motherfucking earth are you superior to. So that's the first thing, white supremacist, you got to get the fuck out of your head. Nothing that you have, nothing that you do, nothing that we want from you. Okay? Because you're a hot mess. Let me go ahead and, get right gay and go on in my gay shit right now. You a hot mess, sweetie. You a hot fucking mess. Because I'm going to tell you why. Okay? First of all, you try to act like you this, badass motherfucker. Most of you, like 99% of you, don't take the time to read, can't read, ignorant as fuck, always talking shit that don't even make sense. The logic behind the shit you talking, from skin tone to goddamn mentality to damn size of different shit, don't make fucking sense. Make it make sense at least if you want somebody to buy into it. So there you're manipulating. And here's another thing. You sit up there and you use the Bible and you interpret it any way you want to. That's why I don't buy into that shit, because you can't be Christian, you can't be Baptist, you can't be Pentecostal, you can't be, apostolic, and then you're a white supremacist, and then all onion, like I said, go ahead, look it up. I made up the word. I don't know how you spell it, but all onion out here want to be using the same Bible and taking the interpretation and doing whatever you feel is right with it. So, yeah, for just those reasons. And then 99% of the time, you always want to hate on somebody and you have no fucking idea who this person is. But because either the way they talk, the way they walk, or the fact that they want to date one of your white women or white men, I don't know, because y'all not just racist to black men, it's race across the board. Y'all don't like us, And it's one thing not to like somebody, but it's a whole motherfucking other thing to plot on their asses and then go into a damn grocery store and kill them, and then go to the fucking sit in front of the damn judge and act like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna go ahead and take life and chill in the prison and get the fuck out of here. Y'all some ignorant Bama ass motherfuckers. And I'm not talking about Alabama, just Bama, just fucking Bama. And if you're from the South, you know what the fuck that means. So get with it. Because most of you good old boys are. So you know what the fuck I'm saying. Y'all done went from goddamn sheets to suits. And that's it. That's the only fucking difference. That's the only fucking difference. And y'all want them guns and you put them on your racks and your cars and all this other shit. And you walk around, you want to threaten people with them and all that other shit. And then you come up running up and shit, shooting crazy and all that other shit. But I'm going to tell you, and I can guarantee you this. It's a new day and it's a new dawn. It's not a lot of us out here that's not out in these streets that got some goddamn heat. We just not showing it on our racks and shit like y'all showing it. And I do believe in the top grocery stores, somebody did try to shoot that motherfucker, but he had that bulletproof vest on, and rest in peace, because he ended up losing his life. But thank you, brother, for trying. And you slowed him down. You did something. You did something for the people. So we appreciate you. May you rest easy for that damn one good thing. And for that one good thing, that's going to be the vibe when you out here with your white supremacy self. Keep on rolling up in places. Somebody going to cap that ass. And if you ready to go, then that's fine. But you're not going to be getting a chance to take, if we even got to get out in the gay clubs, you know how we do, take off our motherfucking heels or whatever the fuck we got to do and bust your ass in the motherfucking head. You're not coming up in no motherfucking spots no more, just mass shooting motherfuckers. For real. That shit, no. And another thing you ain't going to keep doing is going to jail with no bullets. At least a bullet. I don't give a fuck how nobody take that shit. At least a motherfucking bullet. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't just keep thinking you can just willy-nilly run up in the motherfucking spots with a bulletproof vest on. And I mean shoot for the motherfucking heads, the knees, the feet, whatever. Disable that motherfucker. Disable that motherfucker. Okay? You're not going to keep running up and down establishments thinking you're going to plot on nobody or just kill everybody you feel you can kill and then run up in the courthouse and talk about some give me fucking life. Bitch, bye. It's a new day and it's a new motherfucking dawn. And that's what, speaking about protection, you got to find ways to protect yourself, people. For one, learn how to fucking fight. Okay? Learn how to fucking fight. Take some martial arts, do some damn whatever, karate. Our people, originated that type of shit. Whatever. Find a ways to protect yourself. You know what I'm saying? We got to put them guns down. We got to feel confident that when we go somewhere, we can come back home to our families, because everybody deserves that. I don't care what you done did in life. You deserve to breathe as long as God's not willing to take your breath, because he has the ultimate power in to say so. And regardless of what you do, when he feel like it, you're dead. It's been people shot 10 times. Some live, some die. We know it. We hear it on the news. We got to be in the business of living. We got ancestors. You know what I'm saying? We got to continue to make a better place for our kids. We can't make it dying. So the black on black crimes definitely got to go. We got to figure that shit out. We definitely got to talk to our kids more about not buying a gun illegally, not carrying a gun, but knowing how to use your fucking hands. We all saw Friday. What did he tell them? What John tell him at the damn end of that damn movie? Use these, not this. And that's just word to God. And even I have my weapon. Probably 80% of you know what the fuck I even carry. Or one of what I carry. Let's say that. So, in the sense of saying that, I'm about to wrap it up in a few. I really appreciate y'all be spending this time with me. I hope some of what I said resonated with you today with guns and gun control and just dealing with the judicial system, you know, the way things are, and learning how to better talk to your people instead of going to guns or even going to hands, going to blows. Know how to have a conversation with your black folk, you know, and know how to walk away. Because sometimes it may not be that time that nobody want to talk about it, but know how to fucking walk away. You know what I'm saying? Because we all want to go home to our families at the end of the day, and we all deserve that. We need to stop allowing it to happen in our neighborhoods and not speak up on the people that's doing it to get that cancer out of there. You know, we need to speak up more for the innocent people and stop allowing people who are trying to intimidate us with these guns and stuff to rule over us. And again, it's ways to do that. As a brother, sometimes you got to go talk to, especially y'all in these gangs, y'all got to damn be able to talk to your folk within your own, you know, gang and be like, bruh, let's talk this out or whatever, and find different shit to do. I ain't hating on the gang, you know, part of it, like you want a brotherhood or a sisterhood or whatever. I get that, because so many other places are gangs. The army is a gang. The whole military is a gang. Don't let me just use one branch. But learn other ways to interact with people and build with people. It ain't got to be grimy or whatever, because a lot of y'all out here in these gangs smart as shit. Like, that's the first thing. Y'all motherfuckers be smart as hell, because some of the shit y'all even come up with or doing and getting away with, you be like, how the fuck y'all think about that shit? Use that shit for good, yo. We got young brothers and sisters out here who need y'all to share that knowledge in a good way. Going back to school, community college, if you don't want to do nothing else. And as long as you're in school, you ain't got to pay for no damn student debt. So finish your education and go be a mentor or go be a help to somebody else. Help raise them up or pick them up and show them the way in a better way. Because if we would keep resulting to guns at the rate this year's going, we're not going to be around to do shit. Come on now. So please join me on the website, on the vlog, and let's continue to have this conversation. It's https://trivevibellc.com. Go on over to the shop, get some merch. I got surprises coming up soon with the merch. I need 100 subscribers, and I'm about to give away some free ass merch. So look forward to that. And I mean, give it away. Every time I'm on this mic, I'm finna announce another winner. So just get ready to win. Did I say that good? I be doing too much. But nah, for real, I appreciate y'all fucking with me. I really do. I want to see you back. I want you to listen. I want some of y'all to come on my show and talk to the people, get the word out, whatever you got to talk about. And then hit me up, podcast at trivevibellc.com. If you have any questions about the podcast, if you want to come on the podcast, you know what I'm saying? Anything. If you want us to do something for you via the podcast. And one thing I do want to say, because it was Thanksgiving last week, Trive did our first official homeless Thanksgiving. And yes, I'm going to show you a little snippet. If you got the subscription, you're going to see it. And if you don't, get the subscription so you can see it, because the episodes ain't going nowhere. So if you don't see it today, you can see it tomorrow, next week, whatever, you know. And subscribe, yo, because it matters. It matters to me because I put hard work into this thing. So that shows me that you appreciate the fact that I do some research and then I talk some shit to you and I got some comedy at the end. You know what I'm saying? I mix it up. But most importantly, though, definitely follow us on all social media. Give us some feedback. Rock with your girl. Let's grow together. Let's build together, Black people, because we need to do better. And these are ways that we can do better. Gun control. Let's be able to talk to our people. Put that shit down. We grown-ass people out here acting like we can't talk. Acting like we can't damn have a civil conversation. You know? But one thing I do want to say, the homeless community told me here in Vegas this past week, because I was out there on North Main Street. Anybody know that area? You already know. So it's hard out there. And they just need you to come out there and show them support. They don't need you to come out there and take no fucking pictures with them and put them on blast and shit. It's embarrassing. You know, I've been displaced before, and the people that helped me didn't have to tell nobody they helped me, and they helped me. You know what I'm saying? And that's the spirit of truly wanting to give and helping to see somebody come up, not telling their business and be like, oh, girl, yeah, you know, or trying to get a spotlight. You know what I'm saying? How y'all do that clout chasing shit. Oh, yeah, I done did this for this person. It doesn't matter. If you did it from the heart, you're going to be blessed regardless. And God going to know. And that's who's going to bless you. That's the most important person that need to know. Don't nobody else need to know. Okay? Because what goes around comes around. And that's in a negative way and a positive way. And I'm going to leave it on that note because it's a vibe. Tribe vibe. Thank you for joining me. We'll see you soon. That's what's up. All right? Hey, this is Chef Third Eye with Tribe Vibe, and I'm out here just trying to give back to the homeless. So I want this young lady to just let you all know, and maybe she may tell you some information so you can give us some help if she needs some help. But at the same time, we got to feed the folk. We got to feed the people.
It's hard out here. Barely can eat. Barely take a shower. It's cold. So when people bring food like this, it's really appreciated. We need a lot of help out here. It's tough.
And she mean that. If you got it, give it. Don't walk by homeless people and think all of them just bad. Be blessed. Y'all be blessed. Now you know somewhere somebody got to get paid. So here's the promo. Let's check out TriveVibeLLC.com. Make sure you check out the blog. Leave a comment. Join and subscribe so you can get some free tutorials. And if you a gamer, man, tap in. Let's play online. Follow us on Twitch. All that good stuff. I got all the links, social media, podcasting. We're on all platforms. And it's been great to come to the point where I can say that we're going to share the love. Keep tapped in. And when you purchase something, when you comment something, you get a chance, enter to get a chance to win some free merch. So remember that. Let's keep it going. Tribe Vibe.